We're at the launch of the Tata Harrier EV, the electric Harrier, and with us today is Vivek Srivatsa, the Chief Commercial Officer of Tata Electric. So, Vivek, congratulations
Thank
on the
you. Thank you,
launch.
Sergius.
Thank you for having us here. And I have to get straight to like the launch. You've announced one price,
Yeah,
right? The starting range. And is it a signal of intent? You seem to have undercut your rivals. So,
not
big
really.
ambition.
I mean, to be honest, we have a certain hierarchy of products. Probably we are the only one who have this entire range from under 8 lakhs to now
Right.
20 odd lakhs. So we had to stick true to that,
Okay.
and also certain calculations on price value equations on the EV side is something we put in place. So it was landing where it's landed. So
Okay.
and we obviously focused on creating a very unbeatable value proposition as well. Our focus was to attract all SUV buyers, not just the EV intenders. So that's the approach. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll wait for the rest, of course, with bated breath, to know
Yeah.
what the higher end ones are. But I just want to talk to you about, the Harrier EV. Technically, from what we've seen today, and y'all have presented, the inners are all new. You've got, the new SDV, your new ENA architecture, the title. You've got four-wheel drive. It brings you back into four-wheel drive, flat floor, etc. But the top hat is the same.
Yeah.
Was that what's the strategy there? Why not do something different? Pros and cons.
It was a conscious decision. And
Okay.
I won't say it is right or wrong, but it was taken at a point where we felt that there's so many things changing around EV.
Okay.
The consumer has to get familiar with
Okay.
a lot. So let's give him also something which is comfortable with.
Okay.
And the call was that familiar silhouettes
Okay.
might actually land better rather than, of course, the future might be very different. So we had mapped out a gradual escalation towards very radically different body styles and silhouettes. Of course, we are on the way going there. We have already shown AVINYA, and on the current platform also we could give different body styles.
Right.
But this is a kind of evolutionary
Right.
roadmap that we charted out,
Okay.
and it was a conscious decision to give certain elements of familiarity combined with a lot of change on tech and usability.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And I suppose it also adds to the Harrier's powertrain lineup now, because it was essentially just the
Definitely,
one powertrain
yeah,
that you had.
definitely, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Got it. So, on the four-wheel drive, which is the other big news, this brings Tata back into four-wheel drive. What's the expectation? What do you have, Vivek, from the commercials? Let's say the amount of four-wheel drives you would sell. In the internal combustion cars, it's always been a minuscule portion.
Yeah.
It's been more a brand shape. Or do you think with electric you'll see a larger percentage, or will it stay the same?
Definitely larger percentage,
Okay.
because in the four-wheel drive or the all-wheel drive package, and we call it QWD, what it unleashes in an EV form is actually far more than what a traditional four-wheel drive unleashes. I think firstly, of course, due to the torque, the sheer ability to go off-road and scale steep inclines is higher, but also all-wheel drive unleashes a different kind of performance on track or road as well. It just lays down the torque better, the acceleration performances are better, and you would see when you drive the Harrier EV, the AWD combined with the suspension package, we call it ultra glide frequency damped suspension, gives a unbeatable package where you can lay the power down but also manage the body roll, and so the comfort and confidence around twisty roads are also going to be very high. So it's an unbeatable package where you unleash off-road capability, but also great on-road track, straight line acceleration, and around the curve. So it's a very good combination. So for us, it is the digitization of all-wheel drive, unleashing many different aspects of a product.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
so you're
Yeah.
clearly
So
confident.
for the
Yeah.
consumer, sorry,
You're right.
for the consumer, it's a bigger package, and so we expect for more people to go for it.
More people. I
Yeah.
was just going to ask you,
Yeah, yeah.
how much more? Are you looking at a particular number in terms of percentage? I mean,
See,
of the
I think
model.
industry level it's less than 5%.
Right.
We would be expecting about 20% is what I
Okay,
would
that
put it.
high.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a big increase.
Yes, yes.
Right. So, given that, yeah, 20% is a large number for your QWD. I have a question on the QWD. will this be the brand, the quad wheel drive? Will this be the brand for the Harrier EV only, or is it a Tata Motors brand that will apply to any other
In fact,
four-wheel drives?
I mean, whether it's Tidal or QWD, we'll stretch it across all the products which will subsequently get it.
Right.
And these are technology introductions, but they will, transcend products subsequently.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was talking more also on the brand because I like it. It's something nice and different. QWD. Audi has made
Quattro.
a good mileage with Quattro. So are you looking to sort of have quad wheel drive as your
Definitely.
brand?
That's the objective.
Okay.
And we could even layer it slightly differently for different products going forward.
Right.
Again, being a E version, you can really get different expressions of this in different products depending on the segment. So yes, we would have that ambition. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And in terms of, Vivek, of positioning, how do you see or how do you want to position the Harrier, the four-wheel drive version? You've got one positioning which is more like the Audi Quattro, which is more about grip and on-road prowess, and you got Jeep, which is their 4x4, which is all about hardcore off-road.
Exactly.
How are you looking at positioning?
It would be more it's a combination of both, I would say, because Quattro is about performance more than off-road.
Right.
But at the same time, with cars of a certain kind of, I would say wheelbase, we unleash a little bit of off-road performance as well. So I think the Indian consumer wants a bit of everything.
Right.
And here you have a car which does a bit of everything, but does everything above a certain level of capability.
Right.
So that's why, overall positioning, we want to position it as an extremely capable SUV, which happens to be EV, So it is SUV first, EV subsequently. Yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting positioning.
Yeah.
Right. And that positioning, do you see that sort of growing your market? Because the EV segment today is under, I would say, some pressures, right? Do you think that would sort of enhance the appeal? Or
Definitely. I think, see, the problem with the EV category is players have come in, but it's not expanded. Consumers are looking at far more value, and that is what this product will unveil. It's not just about price parity anymore. With EVs, you will get price parity, sometimes even lower price, but it also gives much more value in terms of features and tech availability, much more capability as well. So consumer starts now comparing probably same price product or lower priced than equivalent automatics in ICE, but far more features, far more capability. So I think that will start, appealing to consumers, EV doubters in a different way from now on. So far it was, slightly higher price, but savings over long term, but now it's a different proposition. Yeah.
Right. No, that's actually an interesting statement that you said. Players have come in, but the market's not expanded, because from what I've seen, it's essentially all trading market share.
That's right. But top of the funnel interest is going up. If you look at number of people searching on Google or coming to our website, it's continuously going up. But I think people are just waiting for the right time to jump in, and we have to give them this kind of disruptions to, get them interested.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And Vivek, I know you've got a long line of people waiting to meet you.
Yeah.
So just maybe the last question. Like you said, you've got a range at Tata Motors, right from an 8 lakh to a 20 lakh, and you all have sort of been going upward. I think your first EV was, if my memory is right, the Tigor.
Nexon. Tigor earlier. Yeah.
Earlier. I mean, I'm going way
the
back.
ESL
correct.
vehicle,
Yeah, absolutely. So you've kind of gone up. What of the AVINYA brand? When can we see that? Because that's also something you all have showcased. And would that be on Tidal? Or that's a separate?
That's something I wouldn't comment right now.
Okay.
But AVINYA is 2 years down the line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So we're going to have to wait a
Yes.
bit longer.
Yes.
Great. So thank you so much, Vivek, for talking to us
My pleasure.
today, and all the best.
Thank you so much. Yeah.